Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Corporate Cowboys podcast. As always, my name is Alex, joined by your co-host, Alex. Today's proof of life is Saturday, March 25th, 2023. Saturday, of all days. It's the Sabbath, supposedly.
Yes, sir.
All right, well,
Yes, sir.
if you're not familiar with the form of this podcast, it's meant to help you professionally. And if you've listened to us up until now, then you know it's had some changes over the course of time. And now we're offering a free 30-minute consult. Every time you come to us, it's a free 30-minute consult on any number of topics that we find online. You're welcome. You want deep philosophical talks? I mean, you'll get them here in 30 minutes, but you got to be listening quick, right?
Yeah.
You got to be listening fast because motherfuckers like us talk fast. We're hustlers.
Sometimes.
So it's not that we're talking fast. You motherfuckers just listen slow. I forget who said that.
Yeah.
But you guys got to listen faster.
Listen faster. Because sometimes I talk slow, but
densely.
Efficient.
But densely.
Efficient. You feel me?
That's what's up.
Efficiency.
If y'all want some long form content, then go listen to seasons 1 through 4. Right? That's on me. Again, it's all free. But now coming up on season 8, halfway through this bitch, almost onto season 9.
Goodness. Wow.
Almost onto season 9. It's been some time, years in the making, right? And the content is still free. You want to find us online, you want to donate to the cause, you want to put guns into corporate Cowboys' hands, figuratively.
Yeah, always figuratively.
In
Don't take that serious, guys. Come on.
In your imagination.
Just send the money. Okay?
You can find us on Instagram at Corporate Cowboys with a Z, right? On Patreon, we're the Corporate Cowboys podcast. Subscribe for, something monthly. You get exclusive content, question and answer sessions, all that good shit. And there's some donation links too. Send us $1, send us $1 million.
Yeah.
That goes to business expenses and legal fees.
Yeah. Whatever is convenient for you, of course.
And office supplies.
Yeah.
All right, well, today's question is coming from none other than r/career guidance.
Ooh.
They're asking for guidance. And they've flared it for advice. So they've tagged it for advice. They want our advice. They're saying, Alex, how the fuck do I get ahead? How do I stop embarrassing myself as an intern? That's their question.
Okay. I'm opening my third eye right now, putting some eye drops in.
So, how do I stop embarrassing myself as an intern?
Ooh.
I think just off of the title, you're an intern.
Yeah.
You're an intern. It's a rite of passage.
You're an embarrassment. That's why they have you there.
Exactly.
So they can make fun of you.
So they could teach you. They could teach you to walk over coals.
Exactly.
But when you first start, you're gonna be like, because you ain't gonna be able to fucking walk on that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But at least you showed up.
That's the point. You showing the commitment, the dedication to show up and be taught something. You have to be open to learn. You have to be open to the experience.
This is true.
Now, granted, if the body on this one says like the environment isn't conducive to learning, like their supervisor is a piece of shit and not giving them appropriate feedback, then we can talk about, well, maybe the issue isn't you embarrassing yourself, but you don't have, or at least your organization isn't giving you the structure, right?
Yeah.
But we haven't gotten there yet, and we'll learn soon enough.
Yeah, I think that he's, from the title at least, I mean, like, you sound like you have a confidence issue. The way the question is framed.
True.
It's like, no matter how much I'm failing at something, I'm never embarrassing myself.
Especially as an intern. I feel like when you sign up to be an intern, don't you sort of assume you're going to be learning?
You're at the bottom.
Learning the ropes, learning almost crash course, learning on the job.
Yeah, exactly. So every day is supposed to be, if you're learning something every day and you're taking in feedback, how could you be embarrassing yourself? You're doing your job. You know what I'm saying?
It comes with the territory.
Already by the question, I think this guy has some serious confidence issues he's got to work out.
They might be young. They might be inexperienced.
Yeah, but I you know what? And there's a way. I think that's normal. Like when you're going in to a new position or a new job or a new industry, you're going to have confidence issues. But a true professional contextualizes that confidence with, like, what are my expectations when coming into this job, and how can I not be confident in my performance, but confident in other things, like my ability to never give up.
There you go.
My ability to
learn, to retain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To take in the feedback and get better and better every day. So
what matters is that I think as an intern, especially if you're a newbie, if you're a novice, is that you identify what you are good at and what you identify what you're not good at, right? What it is you're improving on. Because I think Alex is right. That sense of embarrassment comes from the lack of confidence of never doing it right. But learning to do it right is a process. Learning is a process. And as an intern, again, that just comes with the territory. It's part and parcel of you being an intern. Yeah. The body on this one, let's start. They write, I'm in high school. Okay. So they're really young. Okay. They're really young. They're new to the field.
It's the confidence issues, So it's common for young folks to, lack security.
Exactly, especially if they don't have...
Yeah, and self-identity. That's why reflection is, super important for success, too. Is because, your mindset on, certain aspects of the world can really, help or benefit you in a lot of ways. You kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, they're super young. They don't have any actual benchmarkers or professional history, let's call it, but we know they're an aspiring professional. At least they've started their career pathway by becoming an intern first. That's how you join the game. That's how you get in the corporate war, is by getting your feet wet. Now, we don't know if they're being compensated or if it's a free volunteer internship, right?
Yeah, and what I mean is there's a certain emotional intelligence that's it's like an intangible skill on your resume, but people can see it from your interview or from your work ethic or just your interactions at work, your emotional intelligence, and that's something that you don't need to be skilled at, and it's transferable to every job.
Alex is touching on some gold right now, is that a professional is more than just their technical knowledge.
Yeah.
It's professionalism is a whole package, right? It's knowing what to do and knowing how to do it, knowing how to present it, knowing how to communicate it. Yeah. A professional is always communicating.
Yeah, and in communicating in not always the nicest way, not always the meanest way, not always the conventional way, but sometimes all of those ways, depending on your circumstances. So when I talk about that emotional intelligence, I'm talking about learning how to deal with people,
adapting to different personalities
in different working environments to get a job done, right? And obviously for example, at the bottom as an intern, right? You're not in a position to tell anybody what to do or to take any responsibility for anything. Yeah. That's the beautiful part about being an intern, is that you're not you're not responsible for anybody else's actions.
Yeah, it's low key a very unique position to be in. I mean, you're not an entry level employee, right? Where they can just shit on you for doing a bad job, for performing poorly, right? You're an intern. Yeah. Having the title as an intern, and now this is where we're assuming that the organization is looking out for you as an intern and trying to develop you professionally if they have that sort of program. Yeah. But having that title as an intern actually gives you additional access that some other employees may not have, because you have a supervisor that not only you report directly to, but the supervisor is necessarily looking out for you. Yeah. In hopes, or at least we hope, that you improve and become better for it, right? Yeah. With the prospects of maybe hiring you on one day.
And I mean, at that point, all you really have to do is, one, work on being an improvable person.
There you go.
One, you have to...
Coachable, they call it.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be able to learn new tricks. You have to be able to improve yourself. If you're improving yourself, even if it's marginally sometimes, as long as you're improving yourself, you're going to put yourself in a good position. And also, you just have to be somebody that, the best way I put it is, you got to be somebody that somebody would want to drink a beer with.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, you gotta be.
And you don't necessarily have to be a beer drinker, but
you gotta be likable. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta be sociable.
If you want to be, I mean, you don't have to like go to every social event, but like when you're associating, like, you have to be likable. You have to be, you know, kind, whatever that means. Like,
folks,
you know,
folks
you have to read
want to
people.
have you around.
Yeah. You got to read people, and you got to react to different people depending on the different personalities that you're working for.
And again, being an intern lends itself to being able to access not only your immediate supervisor and how they work with their associates, how they work with their subordinates, but how you could work with their associates, how you could work with their subordinates. I mean, you play your cards right, you could become... You could fall into your supervisor's favor, and when hiring season comes around, you're their first pick because you know the internals of the organization, you know how it operates, their policies, their procedures. You become the professional you once doubted you could become. I mean, you're an intern now, but sooner or later, you can become someone hireable, someone who is a professional, someone competent. Not only within the firm you're at now, but at any future position.
Can I tell a story, man?
What's up?
Can I tell a story?
Sure.
So I had this cousin, right? And well, I mean, he wasn't my real cousin, but I know him a long time. He was a real good friend.
Right on.
And
a brother from another mother.
Yeah, we started working at this job.
That's a cousin.
Yeah, brother from
right
exactly.
on.
So he started working for this company, right? And he got me the job there 6 months after he started working there.
Okay.
And when he started working there, he did a really good job.
Yeah.
Right? He just outperformed a lot of people.
Right.
Just killing it. And he was trying his best, trying to be the best person there is, and he was doing a good job at it. I came along, and I made it seem like I was working just as hard as him, but I just wasn't that good at the job.
Yeah.
You know? Because I knew this wasn't a job I'm trying to be at forever. I'm trying to just coast here part-time while I, you know, do some school stuff, you know?
Sure.
So, you know, but here's the thing. I always made sure that I started at a crappy level and I continued to improve.
Right.
Like every time I improve a little bit, every week I improve just a little bit.
And that is a tactic for some. I mean, you may not do it consciously even, because any position you start at as a newbie, as the new person, you're gonna fumble a little bit. You're gonna stumble a little bit while you find your footing, and then the improvement begins.
Yeah, of course. And so my cousin, he started getting burnt out.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then he started kind of getting like, you know, feeling like he wasn't getting, well, he found out I got a pay raise before he did. So he got hella mad.
He got salty about it.
Yeah, he got salty because I started 6 months after.
Because you were improving.
Because I was improving.
And he was gassing out.
And he was gassing out, and I was improving. So they offered me a pay raise.
Yeah.
And then I was getting paid more than him.
Okay.
But he was still, even gassing out, like he was still doing more work than I was doing.
Okay.
But I was improving on a consistent basis.
Okay.
So they liked that. And not only that, that showcased in my attitude.
There you go.
The way I talk to people. And his attitude was kind of like, well, now he's getting paid more than me, man. Like, fuck this, I'm going to try even less.
Yeah.
And it snowballs.
Ooh.
And so if you have that emotional intelligence to understand how to deal with certain people, like, I know how to deal with these corporate fools.
Right.
All they want to do is they want to see improvables. They want to see that you're trying. They want to feel like you're maximizing their dollars.
They want to see either metrics go up, or you improving.
And they want
based on your metrics.
And they want good attitudes. Like at the base level, the managers like the owners, they want to see profits.
Right.
But the managers, they want to see like attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, what's your attitude? Do you look like you're working hard?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
After all, they are just managers and literally just managing.
Because once you go into management, then you have other emotional intelligence where you're like, I need people to perform well.
Yeah.
And I need to create a culture where people are encouraged to try hard and optimize their efficiency.
And few managers do that. Few managers actually try to dig deep and learn how to drive teams, how to build teams.
And the good ones do.
Yeah.
And if you're an intern and you understand that process, you could be like, okay, well, as a manager, what would I want to see? If I saw somebody continuously improving and trying hard, he's on the team.
Damn, we're only on the first sentence and we're dropping our hypothetical high school client dumb gems.
Yeah, sorry, I went on a rant.
No, that's perfect.
Like
that's perfect.
It was a real world example where I could see, like, it's not how much work you put in, it's how you put it.
How you put in the work.
Yeah, like how you present yourself.
Yeah.
And how you deal with people on a corporate level.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. All right, so let me run through this body real quick, because
My fault.
now we're about halfway through. No sweat.
Okay.
It's a short one. They write, continuing here. They recently started an internship at a pretty big law firm. Nice. Okay, they're gonna become a little young legal gun. All right.
Okay.
My manager has really high standards. I think that's just the legal field, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
I have sort of like simulation practice tasks to complete, they write, that are, quote, designed to trip me up, as my manager says. Sounds like a good manager, low key.
Yeah, I mean, his manager's trying to, that's...
Because they're practice tasks, like he's not actually placing them on a client's matter.
Yeah.
To fuck up on a client's matter.
Because a lot of places will give you templates.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just, like, can...
You walk through them as like a simulation of sorts.
Yeah,
and they give you feedback.
On the templates. You're trying to get him working off templates. So if he's trying to actually get him critically thinking and drafting letters, then he's actually trying to help the kid improve his writing.
Absolutely. I would agree. I mean, so long as the feedback comes with it.
Yeah.
So long as there's feedback coming back to you.
You should be welcome to the opportunity.
They're right here. I keep screwing them up. For example, in one of the exercises, I have to draft client letters, and I'm on my third round of feedback. It sounds like a generous manager to me. Yeah. A third round of feedback? Some managers only do one and be like, all right, here's another task. Give you feedback on that. Just redline it the one time.
And it depends on what it depends on what kind of client letters. I mean, like, I'd be curious to figure out, like, what kind of things he's having, because that almost seems like legal drafting, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless it's, like, very simple things.
Right.
Like, simple emails.
It could be anything from,
like, you know, here's your bill to, like, you know.
Yeah, an
like,
invoice.
Here's answers to
could
this
be
legal question.
An advice letter, you're right. Could be a solicitation, a demand.
Yeah.
No, I mean, and that all goes hand in hand. They're getting that legal drafting experience early on. But I mean, by the time, if they choose to go to law school, they're gonna be some heavy writers, some technical writers.
That's what I'm saying. Is like all of law school is just learning how to read and write better, in a more precise way. More
precise, more professional, legal manner.
Yeah.
Then they write here, he describes my writing as, quote, messy and completely missing the point. I'm trying hard, but despite his feedback, I don't know what to do. I think our hypothetical client is taking it too hard. He's being too hard on himself. They're young, they're in high school. Public education does not teach you how to write legally.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
So I don't think they should take it to heart that their writing now is missing the point. I think their objective should be internalizing this feedback and aiming closer to the point.
Yeah, don't complain about it on the internet. Just continue working
your chin
at
up.
it. You know what I mean? Continue working at it. Like, sometimes we still struggle to you know, when you're looking at really complex legal issues, sometimes it's even hard for professionals to miss the point sometimes.
We've been at it a number of years, and we still learn something.
Yeah, and you'll even get judgments from, like, judges where they're like, you guys missed the point.
Yeah.
This is woo, and then he'll go on and explain his whole thing.
It happens.
And then you have...
Sometimes you're off your game, but it doesn't mean the game is over. It's just your next move.
Yeah, sometimes judges...
Sometimes judges miss the point.
Judges miss the point. And the appeals got to be like, nah, bro.
The game is never over.
You fucked up.
That's right.
You know, so yeah, never be afraid to learn, man, or be wrong.
Absolutely.
'Cause, you know, you just got to take it gracefully, you know?
And they continue here. They write, not only am I screwing up these tasks, but I also keep saying/doing stuff that embarrasses me in front of my manager. For example, a few days ago, I got up thinking we had finished our conversation and he wasn't done. He had just paused. I'm afraid I've made myself look rude and like a total dunce. I think our hypothetical client is just too high strung. Like they're and they write here their last sentence, what can I do to redeem myself/stop embarrassing myself? Help, they write. That last sentence makes me laugh. Like why would you need to redeem yourself as an intern? As an intern, you're there to learn what slack even looks like before you pick up the slack. You feel me? Like as an intern, you're there to learn the ropes. Not even learn the ropes, because they usually put that on like entry level employees. You're there to learn what rope fucking looks like, how the rope is made. You feel me? Before you learn before you learn the ropes.
Yeah. You just trying to see what they look like.
It's no reason. There's no reason for you to want to redeem yourself.
Yeah. Just like I said earlier, man, just be somebody that you would want to have a beer with.
Yeah.
You know? And keep improving.
Yeah.
And be the guy that I still want to be around, even though you're a fuck up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, because
even though
love that guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Unless you've been on the job for years and you're still fucking up, but you're an intern.
Exactly.
You're an intern. It comes with your title, essentially.
Yeah.
They wouldn't hire. I mean, there is no hiring interns, right? But they wouldn't pick up an associate, an attorney, right, with like 5 years plus of experience to be an intern, right? Because they know they're supposed to know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, you gotta
now,
pay
if they're fucking up, nobody's having a beer with them.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Now, you being the intern, you should, I think, try and insert yourself in these situations where you are learning more. And of course, by learning more, you're going to be prone to stumbling. You're going to be prone to making mistakes, but that's part of the process.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's almost like it's a real art to be like,
to be curious,
to be very like
curious and graceful
in defeat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Graceful in failure, because like, you know, that's one thing I've had to learn is like, how do I deal with losing or with failing or with taking feedback,
and at the same time being graceful at it.
Yeah, because sometimes you'll have to take that feedback, and you know, at first when you're young, it could be hard to take that feedback as constructive.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, look like it's constructive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think the hypothetical client, going to your point, Alex, has a leg up on individuals like that already who are narcissistic early on.
Yeah.
Because they're asking how to improve. They're asking how to redeem themselves. When really who they should be asking is their supervisor, right? We don't know like the internal workings of this big law firm that they're at. We don't know what the hierarchy looks like, who they report to, what they deliver. We don't know the extent to which they're receiving feedback on these simulation practice tasks, right?
Yeah.
Those are questions that they ought to direct upward to their supervisor, to another partner even. Because note this, be mindful that each associate or each partner, whoever it is that's supervising you, might have a stylistic difference, right? There might be something that one partner does different from the other, and you might be shitting the bed with one partner, but the other partner thinks you're doing a phenomenal job, right?
Yeah.
It all could come down to some type of personality difference. Mm-hmm. And that then comes back to you as the professional in training, as the professional intern, to then internalize how to adapt. How do you, like Alex was speaking on earlier, how do you interact with those different personalities? How do you adapt?
Oh, and I got a good one. Sometimes it's really helpful if you don't understand something, or the way something, like if you don't understand feedback, like you fundamentally don't understand like what the fuck this boss is trying to tell you. Mm-hmm. And he's using jargon you don't understand. Ask them if there's like extra material that you could read or buy to help you get up to speed.
Exactly. That's your opportunity. That's the intern's opportunity to ask the questions that help clarify what their role is as an intern.
Yeah, like if the legal writing is hard and it's like you ask your boss like, hey, is there some like do you have any like recommended like, or can you help me find some recommended
some reading or some literature
to help me improve my legal writing, because I'm in high school. I've never interacted with legal writing.
They don't teach us this in high school.
They don't teach it.
And they might take pity on you, right? Like, damn, this poor little cat comes from public education. This is the future of our nation,
So
more often than not,
they might help you out and be like, maybe check out this or this, and point you in the right direction, and then it's on you. And then if you improve after utilizing those resources, you're gonna look like the fucking man.
Like the shit.
You're gonna look like the man.
Like the motherfucker.
Like, this motherfucker came in and he didn't know shit. He asked for some materials. I gave it to him and he learned that motherfucker.
Exactly. Now look at him. Now we're thinking about giving him an offer.
That makes you invaluable.
Shit, we might pay for this motherfucker's law school.
That's what I'm saying. It makes you invaluable, because then they understand what kind of person you are. You're a go motherfucking getter. And everybody's looking for a go getter.
And that starts with you, the client, the hypothetical client. Yeah. Now, we do want to give a disclaimer. Obviously, we do this every episode, that what you hear is not legal advice. Literally not legal advice. Don't take anything that we say as meant to legally bind us in any way. We do not promote any wrongful activity, any wrongful conduct.
You heard the man.
Even if we do speak on it, everything we say, take with a grain of salt. I mean, if this question fits you to a T, and fucking throw that T-shirt on, right? But if it
even
if it doesn't, but if it doesn't,
a little cold outside,
and even then, if you need a fucking jacket and all you got is this T-shirt of a podcast, then reach out to us directly. Our rates are more than reasonable. We'll walk you through it step by step. We've been in it. We've seen it. We've heard about it.
We've
damn near facilitated it.
That's what I'm saying.
From hiring to termination.
Hook you up with the Eskimo jacket, my boy.
That's it. We don't want to leave you out in the cold. Let's take a look at maybe two comments that were left on this post, and with that we'll wrap up this episode.
Okay.
The first one writes, I can tell you without a doubt that this is the worst way to train/teach someone. Nah. Shame, they say, shame is not an effective teaching tool, and your manager isn't someone I would choose as a mentor. Okay, well, first of all, this comment is making assumptions, right?
Yeah, it's not like you don't know that the guy shamed him.
Exactly.
Feedback is not shame. Feedback is feedback.
It's criticism, no doubt.
Yeah.
But it's constructive. It's meant to be constructive. Otherwise, if they were shaming him, what you think they have this intern there just as a punching bag? Like, dog, they got hours to bill. They lawyers work on billable hours. You think I'm gonna spend any extra time on this punching bag of an intern who I don't think is gonna improve?
Yeah. Plus, shame is only available through consent.
Yeah. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a frame of mind. It's a mentality.
Like, who are you shaming? You ain't shaming me.
Exactly. You want to walk in with that victim mindset? Then, dog, you're a victim as soon as you come on as an intern.
Yeah, nobody's shaming me, bro.
You ought to be shameful breathing.
I'm in here getting it, bro. I didn't get the point, but I'm still getting it.
But I'm still getting the knowledge for it.
Like, let me try number 4. Let me try number 5. Let me try number 6.
Now, they're making the assumption here that they would choose him as a mentor. And again, if we had the hypothetical client in front of us, we could ask him these follow-up questions, like what the work relationship looks like.
I love the dickhead mentors that are brutally honest with you.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite mentors.
As long as they're competent, then they've got all the reason.
You're right.
They've got all the reason to be a dick.
Yes.
Because any fuck up could send the clients down the bad path.
Yeah.
Could make the client liable for some reason. So if they want shit done a certain way, it's because they've been in the trenches.
Yeah.
And if you don't walk the right way, if you don't conduct yourself the right way in the trenches, you're getting your top popped off.
I mean, exactly. You know, I mean, being competent is a must for a mentor. But beyond that, I love the ones that are just, you know.
It really comes down to the intern, whether or not they got the thick skin.
Yeah.
Whether or not they got the professional mindset to take that criticism and, like you're saying, not view it as what are they saying? Shaming. Not view it as shaming.
Yeah.
Right. And just finishing off this comment here, they write, "My advice is to learn as much as you can." Okay, good advice. Okay. "And remember that this is temporary." Okay, good advice. It might not be temporary. Yeah. We're talking if our hypothetical client, this intern, if they know they're at a big law firm, there's fools in law school who will clip you for a big law firm job. Yeah. You feel me? So you ought to feel fortunate that you got a big law firm internship even. Yeah.
I mean,
right?
Even people, you're right.
Why would you want it to be temporary?
Even people in law school, like, it's hard to get a job at a big law firm. You know what I mean? Like,
we've heard stories.
Like, you're a high school kid.
And you already got
connects
into big law?
Are you shitting me? You better take all the criticism, my boy. You better...
Absolutely.
You better...
Take it and ask for more. You feel me?
Take it and ask for more.
The one time you ought to. No homo.
Say thank you after.
Exactly.
You know?
And they just finishing off this comment, they write, "You're going to go on to bigger and better things." Maybe, maybe not. But they write here, "Your manager, even if well-intentioned, isn't a good example of what you should expect or accept in your future career." Honestly, it doesn't sound like this person is in law.
Yeah.
And if they are in law, they're probably, I'm never mind. I'm not going to shit on their career.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're not receptive to feedback.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I get it for sure.
Alex, any last words for our hypothetical intern client here?
Hey man, just let them drop, bro. Let them drop, and take your feedback and have a good life.
That's it, man.
You know?
Be receptive to it. Open yourself up to idea of being coachable, right? Because not everything that comes at you in a hard and abrasive manner is meant to hurt you, right? This abrasiveness you feel is literally steel sharpening steel. You want to be sharp? Dog, you got to get abrasive. Yes, sir. Sometimes. That's a fact of life. Take care of yourselves. We'll catch you next time.
Peace.